We're about to jump into our winners match here of Group A. It's going to be the Cologne winners versus the Cologne runners-up in SK and Cloud9. And this morning has proven that both of these teams are ready to get in there and get the fight going. With me on the desk here at the Intel Esports Arena is Jordan Nothing Gilbert and James IRL if you're just joining us. And it has been quite the showing thus far from at least you two. I think you guys are killing it.
I mean, I don't want to say that myself. It's not right to say. But if you're going to lay that upon us, then I'll accept it.
Killers.
Yeah.
No, it's just the players out there really providing us with the quality content to bring to you guys.
Well, Jordan, you're a Cologne finalist. What can we expect going into this matchup?
Well, we can expect Cloud9 knows a lot about SK. We can expect SK to kind of do their normal thing. They don't stray away. They don't change for their opponent. We'll see what kind of game plan Cloud9 has. You could tell versus Navi right there. Cloud9 obviously had an idea for gun rounds. They outplayed him all the way up until the very end. I would say they outclassed him completely. C9 or Navi showed they can come back. The key is don't get 0-2'd on pistols right now versus SK. You're going to get run over. If they could at least split the pistols, bring some of that control on T side. CT side seems to be the strong side. If they could get good feeling on T side, playing against SK, I tell you, the scariest thing when I play against SK isn't that any one of their players cold is going to come kill you. It's that they're all so tight-knit in default. So I'll stop talking. I'm just excited. I see all the production here. Jordan, we got something to talk about. So
You're doing great. This is insight that the viewer at home couldn't pay for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this SK lineup, which will be going against Cloud9. Fallen, Phelps, Taco, Coldzera, Fur, as if these guys needed any introduction whatsoever. We're looking at a world champion lineup here. What is there to say about SK in terms of now in the post-player break?
I think, again, like kind of their signature of what makes them so good is what Jordan said is the tight-knit default, right? So any kill you get against their T-side gun round, you're going to have to sweat for that kill, right? Like there's not going to be a lot of opening.
Someone's going to trade it.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of mistakes of somebody like running into an angle that's been uncleared with a nade out, right? Like it's just not going to happen very often. So you're probably going to get traded.
Well, we're going to flip now and go take a look at Cloud9 as if these guys also need any sort of introduction. We do see Skadoodle, Stewie 2K, Rush, Automatic, Tarek just coming out with a W over Navi on Inferno.
Need to keep up the vibes.
Yeah, I mean, keeping up the vibe, keeping up the confidence, I believe, is the story here. Because when these guys don't have that confidence, you can see it.
If I'm Cloud9, the only thing I'm talking about from the last match is, hey, let's be a little bit more together on those anti-ecos. Otherwise, just fully focus on this next map. Next game could be Inferno again.
Yeah, don't overthink it, right? Like they've played hours and hours and hours of CS. Just do your thing here. Communicate, play as a team, keep it happy.
Yep.
Shoot, move, communicate, kill. That's one of my favorite ones. But when I think about these two teams, specifically, even we look at SK, we could talk a little bit about Train. Is there a possibility here?
I don't know if our vetoes got messed up, right? Because it showed C9 vetoing Train, was it?
Oh no, that was NV.
Oh, okay,
no,
okay.
But I think because C9 vetoed Train versus Navi, that leads me to believe they'll probably veto it versus SK as well. I think the good chance of what we'll see is Inferno, maybe.
I hope it doesn't go Cobble, because SK have such a good.
This is actually really tough right now for me.
It might go Mirage, actually, because Cloud9 enjoys playing Mirage, and obviously SK kind of made their name on Mirage and KD Stars and Kaboom back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, guys? It is almost time to find out those maps. Are we going to end up anywhere around those?
Well, I'm like on the. If I was in a seat, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm on my toes.
On the edge of the desk, I believe is the appropriate terms. We're going to see that first band come up. It's going to be Overpass from C9, and then thereafter Nuke and Inferno by SK.
Ooh, SK takes out Inferno. So I think they realize right now that C9 doesn't have a lot of depth in their map pool, not necessarily because of anything in particular except literally time. And Mirage would be the other thing. If SK bans, it's going to make this veto very uncomfortable for Cloud9.
Yeah, we're going to see Cobble and Cash come out as well. Now, that's 2 times that SK has banned
Mirage and Train, which is what we said.
So I think SK is going to be smart to remove Mirage here.
And what are the final maps going to be? We're going to Train, boys.
So this is going to be an interesting thing here. Do we have the match ready to go live? How much time do I got to blow here?
Talk to me, baby. Talk.
All right, so first initial thoughts. T side, Tarek's been having a little bit of identity crisis from the old team to the newest calling. My experience on Cloud9, our best versus SK was get out early. Don't even show them our default right away sometimes. Put pressure in different places. You know what Fallen's doing. You know what pretty much everyone's doing. C9 has a picture in their head of SK. The problem right now is if they're not together.
So all in all, guys, money where your mouth is. Who's taking this matchup?
I'm actually going to take Cloud9 on this one because last time they played them, they got up 13-6, and they just couldn't close that out on the T side. And I think with the practice they've had, it's been a few weeks since that last matchup. I think they're going to actually be able to break through on the T side. Jordan?
I'm going to show some NA love, some love for the boys here. 16-10 Cloud9. I think they got a little bit of momentum on their side. SK might be too stubborn to change, and if they don't, C9 probably has a game plan for it. So.
And I do believe C9 coming off of the win there on Inferno might have just have that little bit of
confidence.
heat.
And Tarek always plays better in New York.
That's also true.
Hometown.
But ready to play the match alongside us, well, I suppose not play, but bring us to action is going to be a refreshed duo here. We do have Blue on the desk now with the Bears. Guys, take it away.
Oh, hold on there.
Let's go, fellas.
Making sure you're awake there, Blue.
I think I'm awake.
You
Ready
think
to
you're
go,
awake?
man. I better be awake because
You're looking
I'm
clean.
going to be here
over
for a
there.
while. Yeah, I'm stepping it up a bit. Stepping
Okay,
up the
yeah,
work.
I could take some notes from you. I have to have my name on my
Oh, yeah. That I don't think
Blue.
that's it.
Woo! Cost a pretty penny.
No,
No,
that was included. It was the shirt was already custom, so they were like, "Yeah, you want 3 letters on it? Sure, we'll just give that to you." But
Finer things in life, Blue.
yeah, it is almost time to jump into this matchup. Instead of we're playing, I hope that's not the case because we're probably not going to do very well if that's so. But it is time. It looks
I'd
like
do
to
well.
jump in. Would
I don't
you?
know about you.
Oh, would you?
I'm confident. in
Could
my
you
own
take
ability.
these guys on?
As a team? Worked hard. I mean, I think I can compete.
Could you?
I'm being blindly naive right now, but
I definitely
you
could.
have
I'd get
to
wrecked.
believe in yourself if you want to compete at the highest level. You have to do it.
I think I'd get like 2 kills maybe, and that would be like finding
I'd be
finding some guy
impressed. I'd
flanked
be
and
impressed if you get 2 kills.
Oh, come on, you gotta give me some credit here. Well, Cloud9 are gonna be starting off on the T side, and it looks like they'll start it off with a 3-man Ivy push. 2 more inside of T connector as well, so pretty straightforward outside plays that we generally see from T sides on this map to start things off. Just a little bit delayed on getting it started. You can see they've got Stewie on top, so probably gonna do a little bit of run boost to knock off Cold Zero's aim a little bit. Meanwhile, however, over by T-Con, Fur has already struck first. He took down Automatic, was able to knock him out, and now the smoke rolls back in over inside of the actual Ivy hallway here. Cold Zero still looking for that pickup, but struggling to find it. There we go. Finally getting one for himself. Cloud9 slowly making progress, but just not getting any kills right now is the problem. They're getting little bit by bit of control of the outer site, but they're not actually taking down anybody. That's going to change now a little bit. Rush with 2 kills to his name. He's going to have to fall back. It's very low now. Really needs to rely on Tarek to get more done, and just in time, he chimes in for a kill, and all of a sudden, we're even back up down to a 2v2. As Fur's going to wrap back around, looking for one more to add to the counter here, getting so close to it. Takes the whole clip, but he does indeed find the frag, and now just Rush left alive with 5 HP as he makes a run for the inner bomb site.
So he runs into the bomb site here. He might just swing back down ladder. It could catch Fur off guard, right? He does shoot him in the side of the head, and now it's a one-on-one against Fallen, who's just sitting at 33 HP, but Rush, only 5 HP. All it takes is 1 bullet, pretty much from anyone at this point, and it could be anyone's round.
Fallen's not going to rotate it, and I think he was counting on Rush to complete his rotate through the ladder room and work his way outside, just making sure he could hear properly. And then it wasn't planted outside, and then he is going to transition to inner. He does have a kid, actually. I just realized he picked one up there. Over Rush, peeking out, and it was so close, Fallen down to 7 HP. Rush makes a risk, and it doesn't pay off, as Fallen does respond just in time. And with that, he's going to be able to close out the pistol, getting SK the early advantage.
What a great turnaround from, well, Cloud9. It looked like SK was going to just completely sweep that round, and then Rush gets 3 kills. And then, fortunate for SK, Fallen managed to hit that 1 shot when he wasn't looking. But like I want to point out that round, the Cold's movement and angles is so good. Like he's always taking the angle that's favorable to him. He's repositioned himself. He's making them as he killed Stewie. Stewie had overreach, and that was the mistake that Stewie made. And so he got the kill. So if you want to learn about angles, movement, just how to do situations, watch Cold Zero. He's so good.
And Taco is going to be tested earlier on in this round here as he spots the players pushing into the back halls here. He's going to promptly fall back and get additional support from Fur. They see the push coming back down. Cloud9 trying to force the issue here, but Fur not making it easy. He missed that other player in ramp, but then tosses out the nade. They did get the plant onto the ground, but besides killing Fur, they're not really going to get anything else going in this round.
Easy cleanup. for SK, but fortunately, Cloud9 did get the bomb down, so that's a plus. It's always a plus in your book. The bomb 2 rounds in a row equals maybe an op on the 3rd round.
Yeah, and I mean, this is really all they wanted in this round, right? So they accomplished their goal. Now they're going to look to the 3rd round buy with full utility for everybody that buys up the AK. And if they want to go for the op, obviously, like I said, they may have that. Yeah, they're going to have that. It's going to be a glass cannon if they
Glass
do go
cannon,
for it.
are you going to risk it against SK? Do you want to go all the way, or do you want to play it safe, Blue?
Oh, they
like
actually
it.
risk it. And actually, look, no. How did this work out? Someone had more money then.
Maybe we didn't see it when it switched screens.
Yeah, maybe.
It looked like it was
sometimes
like
sometimes the
5,000.
money doesn't update properly sometimes, so that might have been what happened there.
Very possible.
So it looks like they actually get a much better buy. Way better than I was expecting. I thought for sure they would have to glass cannon buy that up, but it looks like they get it with armor. He did have to get donated it, so I think Rush had a little bit extra. Skadoodle bought the AK and then threw it over to Rush, and then Rush bought the op and threw it over to Skadoodle.
Smart
And
play.
somehow there they made the math work out to where Rush could still get armor for
Quick
himself
on the
too.
fly. They know what they're doing, Blue.
That seems like it. More than we do anyway, because we probably would have messed that up.
You gotta have more confidence in yourself, Blue. Blind
Yeah.
confidence, all right? You will do it too. I believe in you, Blue, okay?
Okay. Is this like a self-help
It's
casting session
like-
for me? Is this how this is? Well, they drop down. Fur holds for both kills, however, as he takes down both Tarek and Stewie to start off the round. Not the best way for Cloud9 to get into this very heavy investment in the gun round.
Yeah, nice 2 kills on Fur. He should have probably only gotten 1 in that situation, but the smoke pretty much blocked the view of people coming down ladder, so Fur kind of stealing away that one.
And Fur, despite being low, is still going to sit inside of that ladder room to continue to challenge Skadoodle. He's not going to go for this, is he? The other 2 are executing out through T-Con, so he's going to have to. If he gets that kill with the op, is he going to try to go for it? And no, it doesn't work out. So not too surprising to see Fur get that kill. But at the very least, Rush is going to be able to swing out from T-Con, take down Fallen. Automatic picking up a second one here too. So maybe still some light alive here for the side of Cloud9 as Automatic works up to the site, finds another one. But quickly after that, Automatic is going to fall down. And now just Rush left alive. Automatic also dropped the bomb in the process. Rush going to get the kill, but he didn't realize that he didn't pick up the bomb. He thought it was closer to the door. So he's going to run out of time. He'll have no additional time to go and find Taco and take him down. And with that said, SK will win the round via the timer.
Yeah, those first 2 kills, Fur had an amazing round. Just those first 2 kills just ruined everything. He was stuck on the ladder or something.
Yeah.
Looked like he was stuck on the ladder a little bit. And Fur coming up huge. I think he had 3 kills that round. 3 or 4, I don't know. He pretty much carried that round for SK.
Pretty sure Rush didn't even have enough time to go back and plan, even if he did
Yeah, it
properly
was,
put the bomb there
probably
too.
too close for comfort.
So it was pretty much over from the get-go. Losing the bomb was the end of the round right there. And now that puts Cloud9 into this situation where obviously they're not going to be looking too strong for their buy in general. 3 P250s and a Deagle are all they buy up. Obviously they have the op save from the last round, but that's about it. It's going to be very lightly bought for them, and at most they're probably just going to look to maximize damage they do against the CTs and try to keep the money a little bit lower here.
Interesting enough, they dropped Stewie the op instead of Skadoodle. So I guess Stewie making the call, give me the op, boys. Give it the op, we'll get a kill.
Makes sense to a certain degree, right? Because
Yeah.
Stewie's that much more aggressive offer compared to Skadoodle, who's more of like a turret player, just kind of posts up in positions and can go crazy from that one position. Well, he needs to get mobile. He kind of has a pretty big fall off there, and Stewie, fortunately, is going to miss his first shot, goes out and gets the correction on the second kill, though. Takes down Fallen quickly after that, and does knock out at least 1 player from SK to start off this round before Cloud9 throw themselves at the beast, essentially.
This prompts Taco to kind of rotate towards Z, and they left Fur inside. So interesting, almost like a role reversal. And it's usually Taco kind of holding that inside by himself. So just kind of going on the fly with in the moment. Fur probably had a little more utility, so that's why he probably called it.
Good timing on the Molotov as well. It's just when Cloud9 are getting ready to rush down themselves. Now they go out. Fur, he's ready to take the battle, but however, Rush, leaping across the veil, is going to be able to take down Fur afterwards. Taco, bull traded back, however, keeps it in a relatively controlled situation for SK, but here comes that flying from Skadoodle, and this could be what changes things up. They are sort of paying attention to it, but not as actively as they would like. Skadoodle's going to go back in. He doesn't check his flank. He almost gets that second kill before going down. With those additional pickups, it's brought down to a 1v1. Rush again trying to clutch at the helm for Cloud9 here against Goldzera. Tries to waste time, but again, a wild peek from him leads to his death. Coldzera will be the one to knock him out, and SK will continue. Not a single round loss so far.
I can't imagine the mind games of facing a one-on-one against Coldzera, which forced Rush to make that angle peek. He's like, oh, Coldzera, he's a great player. So already then, he's just...
Second time he's done that too. He did the same thing in the pistol round.
People, I mean, Coldzera has that effect on people. When you do well for so long, for a year plus of being one of the top, arguably top 2, top 3 players in the game, it's... I mean, it shakes people the wrong way, where they do dumb stuff that they usually don't do against a, you know, a normal person.
And speaking of, well, maybe not dumb, but interesting stuff, Automatic just goes leaping across the Ivy there, and he does get clipped off slightly by Fallen. It's through a wall though, so it's not going to do that much damage. Only knocks off about 60 total. Survives the encounter. As such, ooh, almost another shot from Fallen connecting there, just a little bit off the mark for hitting Skadoodle. And that would have been definitely detrimental to Cloud9, especially going into this second gun round here. We need to start seeing some traction. They've gotten very, very close to winning multiple rounds, but they just haven't been able to pull things off in the clutch situation yet.
Not at all. As you see, Cloud9's trying to establish like a default, trying to get a pick here, but SK is not really giving them any angles. They're going to wait till Cloud9 comes out as Fallen takes out Ska towards that Ivy area.
We got a 2-man setup here too, so Rush. Oh, he actually doesn't make it past. Takes down Phelps. Fallen obviously can't respond to it because he's been smoked out. And Stewie, along with Terror, are going to look to have a 2-man push going into the outer site. They haven't checked for that player behind E-Box. They got to be careful on that. Stewie whiffs his spray big time against Fallen there. A little bit long range for him, and Fallen just doing work in this round. I don't even think he has armor sitting behind that op, but he's still able to do that much damage. The 3K from him. Rush, the last man alive again here. Picks up the kill against Cold, but obviously brought the 3 HP. Makes it easy for Fallen to clean up, and without armor, get a 4K against basically a full buy from Cloud9.
That's right. I don't know if they're playing the new patch, but the new patch reduces...
No, they're not. That's the thing.
Oh, it's not the new patch?
No, it's not the new patch. They're playing on the old patch.
Oh, well, interesting then. So you see that aim punch right there, just knock his aim straight up in there, but quickly controls it back down. Great shots by Fallen, and just SK just making it look a little too easy. Just kind of just holding their angles, out shooting, out playing, and Stewie decides to shoot Phelps through the smoke.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? You have to win the round, shoot someone through smoke. That usually does the trick.
Well, Cloud9, after they get that kill, aren't going to stay outside for very long, keep much of a presence there at all. Pretty much everybody, in fact, is going to head over there towards the Brown Halls and get ready to swing into the site. It's actually not the greatest setup from SK to stop this. I mean, obviously, again, just a half buy from Cloud9, so SK still has the advantage at the end of the day. But Cloud9 do buy themselves the real estate they need at the very least to get into the site and plant the bomb and set up a pseudo post plan here. Again, like I said, it's not going to be very good overall, but that gives them a fighting chance at the very least. Rush being sprayed through the smoke too, not doing himself any favors, down at 25 HP already, but a flashbang going across, and that might have actually been from the CTs, not entirely sure, I couldn't see the trail, but regardless, hit quite a few of those guys on top, but when Rush finally makes the push, he'll go down. Automatic might, yeah, I think he was spotted by the player over here at upper. If he had gone in about a second or two earlier, he might have been able to get into that smoke unseen, but Fur does catch on to it, and as such, he'll take him down, and once again, SK will close out on the round. 3 left alive.
This allows the plant, allows...
This is the Stewie shot again to start off the round. So he sees the bullets coming through first and then just fires back at him. And what do you know? Gets the kill.
What do you know? And look at this, SK going with the double op setup. Even though they're up 6-0, they decide that this is the time to double op setup. And now Tark with the ult. Okay, we got the third op of the game for Cloud9, and it was... Oh, he's out though.
It's rough out here. He's gonna move in. Oh no! And he misses what seemed to be a point-blank upshot. It's not going to connect, but thankfully Stewie and Rush are finding trades. Fallen, though, is absolutely a monster. The swing around to find Stewie and take him down. Now Fur jumps up on top of the bomb train. It's brought down to just Skadoodle at this point in a 1v3. He finds Fallen behind the train. He saw Fur crossing into short lane, but he still has to find a way to actually get into a good position to clutch this back out, and that ultimately is the problem he's facing. He has no additional utility. There's the short lane player going down. As he eliminates Fur, he's going to try to nade out the player bomb train, but doesn't find him there. But what he does find is Talk Taco, he's going to respond quickly, though, with an upshot to the head as SK get a team ace on their 7th round.
I'm glad you said team ace, because I was going to say it if you weren't.
Oh, well,
It's like team ace.
we got our bases covered.
Yeah, I know.
We know.
Look at Fallen, just the flick. If he didn't get that kill in Stewie, I think Cloud9 would have won the round, because he was in a very good spot to shoot some people in the back. But you know, Fallen decides to flick 180, get a shot.
Fallen's alive right now, man. These last 2-3 rounds from him have been insane so far. He's been hitting some nutty shots. I mean, like I said, he gets a 4K on that last round going up against a full gun round from Cloud9. And the dude doesn't have armor, and it is not with the new aim punch. We should mention again, this is on the old patch. So he's still dealing with what you would normally expect. It's so hard to hit those shots, and
Yes,
quite a
it
few
is.
of them. I think we got one on replay where he actually got hit first and was still able to correct his aim to hit the shot. That's some really impressive stuff from Fallen.
Yeah, he's showing that, you know, hey, I'm still here, guys. Don't count me out just yet. Because I'm not, you know, carrying the team with my op doesn't mean that, you know, I can't hit a good shot here and there.
Yeah.
So you see here, what can Cloud9 do in this situation? I mean, they're just getting outplayed almost every angle. It's almost like I like to see an inside take, to be honest. Because Cloud9 has been trying to do a lot of this outside ladder kind of peaks, you know, like a slow default, pick Ivy, work middle or ladder, and it's not working. SK's always getting the first kill, and just right off the bat, Cloud9's starting, you know, 4 on 5 or whatnot.
Always that first initial kill, and there it is again. And who is it? It's Fallen right up to bat once more here. He's going to get a second one, too. They're just peeking into him. There's no utility to support these peaks or anything, really. Just thinking, there you go. 1, 2, 3. It's easy days for Fallen over here. He's not struggling with it at all.
1 by 1.
Just a quick 3K, no flashes to try and blind him or push him back at all. And for Fur, well, he's not going to have such an easy time. At least they go 1 for 1 there. But Tarek still has one more player to knock out. He doesn't even see him. Taco just standing in the open on upper there. Bit of 4x3, but hey, look, SK will get their 8th round as they continue to push forward, unhinged so far.
I mean, I know they're trying to. They probably have a really good idea because Fallen loves to play in the up or Ivy with an up. So they had an idea that they're going to try to do the jump bait, kind of head up, make him take a shot, and then post up. But unfortunately, for Cloud9 is that when they did the jump bait, they didn't know what side of Ivy he was at because they didn't see him. And then Fallen just peeked, and Sky was just looking the wrong place, really. I mean, if you face an upper that fast, you have to know where he is, or he's going to just peek and outshoot you.
So they're going to stack Ivy again. Despite how poorly it went in the last round, they are going to try to just overwhelm Fallen, I think, with this 4, potentially 5-man play, actually. I'm curious I'm curious as to whether Tarek is going to group up with these other players or fall back. And actually, Fallen's in a bit of a tough spot right now. He moves and gets that first kill. Thankfully, Cloud9 are slow enough to follow that up that they aren't going to be able to catch him so easily. Cold sees them splitting out onto the site instead of going around the backside. Phelps helps out with it too from Heaven. He picks up the 2nd and 3rd frags, now just leaving Automatic alive. And he's not going to last very long either. Taco takes him down from that secondary out position. And it's another one for SK. Well, their money was struggling to build up before. Rounds like that are certainly going to give them better opportunities to do so. So Cloud9 do have to watch out to make sure that they're at least keeping these rounds close.
Nice head up by Coldzera and Phelps up there in the tower. You know, Coldzera is the point of contact. They look at him, they try to chase him down, and then Phelps peeks and gets the kills when they're trying to chase out Cold. So very good teamwork and positioning.
Another, no, was that through the paneling? He's got wall banged in halls, right?
Oh yeah. See again, I know it's a wall shot. It's hard to avoid, but you have to try to eliminate these early deaths. They are so detrimental. Every
as well.
single round you get picked off first. It's going to be an uphill battle.
Never lucky Cloud9.
Well, that's kind of like you should. I know it's.
I mean, that was just a spray, and
It was a spray, but the thing is, you don't stand in that spot, in the spam spot, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they'll move out. At the very least, they blind Fur, and he goes down. Oh, nice second kill from Automatic, too, to take down Phelps. The Cloud9 are dead in the water yet in this round. There's Tarek with a 1 pickup as well. That's going to bring it down to a 3v2. You'll note that both Automatic and Tarek are quite lit. And you have Fallen coming in on a flank. He's moving on that flank pretty slowly, though. They're not going to leave themselves a whole lot of time for this retake. They want to kind of speed things up a little bit here. But he's got to be careful to check all these elements in the box halls. To some degree, the White Halls, too. Coldzera, in the meantime, wants absolutely nothing to do with that inner site. He's still sitting way back in CT. Should start pushing forward around now that his teammates ready to go back in. They can see the barrel of that up. They know he's going to try to peek it, so it's an easy shot for Skidoodle. Finally, hitting some shots here, making sure that they went out against SK. But coldzera is going to try to make sure that this is as damaging as possible. And he indeed succeeds in that. Gets 2 kills, tries to go for the 3rd. He won't find that, so Skadoodle survives. But at the very least, they bring it down to 1 player. Which means if they can win this next round, it should be a full reset for Cloud9.
Oh yeah, that couple kills at the end is pretty huge for SK, even though they lost a round. And I mean, good job on Cloud9. They got their first round. They're not in the goose egg anymore. They're in the game, and this is when they can start their run. You know, if they get 6 rounds, 9-6, it's still a pretty. It's better than 15-0.
We just have to hope that 1 round wasn't like just an odd number out essentially in the scope of this half so far, because it has been very, very dominant for SK besides that. And the good news is, at least on the initial push, that was relatively clean from Cloud9. Just unfortunate that they kind of bait in a Cold's position towards the end there, and he's able to pick up those 2 more kills, which makes it a bad situation now going into this next turn. You can already see it, so much utility being used, and a very straightforward hit to the outer sight. Phelps and Fur already able to stop the ladder player, and he's just going to escape up top. Takes a bit of a risk in that regard, but keeps him alive and stops Cloud9 from trading out these kills. Phelps tries to get sneaky, but Tarek sees it. However, you cannot stop coldzera. And Skadoodle with that missed shot somehow is still alive right now. I think Cole did a reload. That's probably why that kill happened so late. But regardless, SK shut it down, and this is probably the worst situation Cloud9 could have asked for, because look at their money. Well, you'll see in a second.
The old hard reset is never great. coldzera here, just playing so smart. His timing is so good sometimes. Like, he knows when to peek when you're not looking at him. It happens so much. It just shows that his game sense is just on a whole nother level, where he's using his teammates so well. Because he knows, Cloud9, they shoot at my teammate, they can't be looking at me if they shoot at my teammate.
Yeah.
That's when he peek, and it's just so crisp. It's nice to watch.
Let's see, how much damage could Fur do with this nade? Is he throwing it yet? No, he doesn't see them actually. He's just gonna have to fall back. He's gonna watch out here. Thankfully gets the gun out in time, and there we go. 1, 2, he actually killed someone with the nade too. Just realized that. Took down Tarek, and then Phelps rolls in from Z to pick up the last one there. Quick shutdown from SK, and that was the force from Cloud9. They had like a rifle and a couple of upgraded pistols in there, but now they're gonna have nothing, as they do have to full save here.
Yeah, and I think at this point, we need to stop doing defaults, because the defaults is allowing SK to get those picks because you're so spread apart. I think more, maybe just, I'd say attack inside in a gun round. I don't think I've even seen that yet. Well, actually, that one round they won. They actually went inside on the gun round, so I think they should do more of that, just because outside is not working.
Or entry kills might help too. You know.
I mean, that's a huge part of it. See, again, Skadoodle is taken out by coldzera. And Phelps is taking out 2. Rush taking out 3 people. For cleanup with automatic. Again, another round where, SK doesn't lose a person.
Yeah, granted, that round, obviously, Cloud9 buying literally nothing into that round, so not expecting great results, but I mean, they dink 1 player, the player up here, Heaven Phelps. That's pretty much it, though. They don't do basically any damage throughout the rest of that round, so SK looking confident. They've got their money built up. This is obviously enough for this round and the next round, even if Cloud9 wins out here. So SK looking very, very good, even if they lose these next 2, 12-3. A very respectable half, but they're going to want better than that. They're going to want the crusher here. We'll see if they can accomplish that. Fur, beautiful timing on the swing back in. Almost gets the 2nd kill. Stewie will be lucky to survive. Ends up with 4 HP, and it's not for long either that we see Fallen pushing into the Brown Halls, finding Stewie and taking him down. Now Phelps finds the 3rd. Seems like Cloud9 might have had a little bit of momentum to work with after that trade, but not to be the case. It's down to just Skadoodle and Rush. They even seem to know where these 2 are as well, with the smoke and nade combo in a T-Con, making sure they don't push in anytime soon. SK has full control over the map.
As you see, I think it's Taco. He's already pushed from the in the White Halls and flanking these guys to middle. So there's only 2 places they can come out, is out middle or Ivy. And with Taco, he's about to flank and clean up right now. Phelps clean up on Rush, and this is what makes Fallen and SK so dangerous. Fallen was playing Ivy and back something off for the majority of the game. The round that he has a pretty good spawn, he's going to take that upper shot. He's going to push up with an upper, and it's a lot of remnants from 1.6 days where it was very common for maps to play CT side by spawn, just to get the best angle as fast as possible, which forces the Ts to having to throw these smokes, having to toss these flashes, where defaults were more predominant a long time ago.
Taco gonna get tagged a little bit early on here. Stewie does try to push into those box halls. Gets inside. Taco's gonna try to contest him outside of ramp instead, but looks the wrong way. Thought he was maybe gonna get flashed from upper, I think. And ends up just going down to Stewie. So Stewie playing a couple mind games here. Comes out on top, and hold on now. What's he doing? Just going inside, getting his second kill now. He takes down Fallen. What's the game plan here? Team's still very far away, but it doesn't matter. Just gets a third kill on his own. It's a solo round from Stewie, and he's making it all happen on his own.
Yes, he is. But look at coldzera. He still has his game sense on. He knows that people are around. They haven't planted the bomb yet, so he's got to expect to lurk somewhere as Tark decides to push Ivy with a scout. And that's going to be a huge mistake. Hopefully he doesn't snowball the wrong direction, but Stewie with his 4th kill.
Gonna be an ace.
Can he get the ace?
He's looking for it. Oh, no, he whiffed that final shot. So coldzera is going to take him down, denies the ace, but still obviously not underscoring it. An incredible round from Stewie just on his own is going to, easily buy Cloud9 their second round. For Cold, he goes down last. Automatic will finish things off there. And as it will end up playing out 13-2 will be our scoreline, folks. Definitely a little bit one-sided here, but stick with us and we'll see if Cloud9 can bring it back after that great round from Stewie to end the half.
ESL One New York is brought to you in part by Intel, Logitech G, Republic of Gamers, GoDaddy, and StubHub.
And welcome back once again, folks, to ESL One New York. The group stage day play continues as we're in our winners matchup. The winner moving on, of course, into the Barclays Arena main, the main portion of the event, getting through to the semifinals. And it's looking like SK are in pretty good shape to do that right now with the way they've been playing in this match versus Cloud9, right?
Oh yeah, SK been looking really on point, especially from a slow start last game, but or on their first game, I should say. And it really shows that, hey, these guys are looking pretty good, and you have to come out with a little more than defaults if you want to beat SK.
Yeah. Well, starting it off, Cloud9 obviously with this scoreline have to win this pistol. Good first shot from Automatic there. Just deletes Taco, but not before Taco took out Automatic's teammate there in that push. Knocked out Skidudo, so they end up going 1 for 1 in that push. Not exactly what Cloud9 would have wanted, but at the very least, they keep it even.
Yeah, go for those 1-for-1s. Always in favor of the T's, though, when you go for a number game.
Fur is going to be challenged by Stewie, but Fur is ready for it. With a Glock in hand, he takes down Stewie. Gives back the advantage to SK for now, but SK is still very split up across the map currently. Would highly doubt them actually going into an execute anytime soon here with the current pace of play. We've got Automatic still playing solo B, and with Tarek and Rush trying to play together, but it seems like they've gotten some kind of intel that would insinuate it's going to go inner, as they did rotate Rush in early, and even Tarek is inside of Z by Ticket. So they're very much expecting this to be an interplay right now, when that probably isn't going to be the case, actually.
Not at all, as you see SK, they're going to start to group up here. There is only 30 seconds left in the round, and Cloud9 decides to stack 2 people inside. I don't know what gave it away here, but he's going to be in trouble as Tarek falls back to Z, and he gets taken out by Fur. And now Cloud9 has to rotate to outside when SK has the number and the position advantage.
Automatic is going to go outside. He goes up on top of the train, so he can't stop the plant inherently. Oh, just as he tries to go for the planter, coldzera just wrecks him. Rush, he's smoked out, so there's not a whole lot he can do. Okay, I take that back. He can do that. He can fall back behind Ticket and find coldzera as he's jumping midair. Very well shot by Rush. He's got a lot more work to do, though, and obviously gave them time to set up. Hold on here. Now Rush goes out, gets another kill. But after that, finally, Phelps is going to take him down. And SK do secure that second half pistol, which means now the death bells are ringing for Cloud9 here. They can't piece it together in this next round, really.
And now instead of going for the safe route, being down 14-2, you have to start winning rounds. I mean, being down this much, it's a tough decision, but you got to do it, man. You got to go with it, Blue. Release everything.
Release everything?
Kraken. Release the Kraken. There's time to do it. It's right now, Cloud9. If you want to come back, start right now.
I mean, when in doubt, right?
When in doubt, you whip it out.
Yeah, there you go.
The op, that is.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they should whip out the scout.
Yeah.
Yes, Tarek. He's going to be able to hit that nice first shot against Phelps. Again, a few little bits of light here and there for Cloud9. Is it going to be enough to win them the round? That's, of course, the big question here.
Hopes and glory.
So they can. They gamble pretty heavily on that B bomb set. It looked like for a second they were going to rotate Skadoodle in completely, or at least have Tarek go deeper into the site. So a little bit fidgety there on the Cloud9 side, and you can tell SK knows this. They are abusing this heavily with the slow play they're going for here. And Fallen may find himself a battle in a second. He's actually a very well-armed target right now, so if they can take him down, not only do they get the AK, but they get all his nades too, and there you go. Rush will find it. It's all that additional utility that gets dropped on the ground as well.
Interesting play by SK to send an AK alone Ivy.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand maybe trying to play the positional play with what you got at the moment, but it'd be, I guess, more ideal if it was the ump.
And so that AK is actually going to get tossed over to automatic since he has armor sitting behind his buy and Rush, loses 80 HP and taking down Fallen, so it makes sense. And now they have to get ready as their fears are being realized. That inner hit is about to become a reality. In they go, the smoke to let them waterfall outside of inner. Stewie tries to stop it, fails. Tarek tries to connect the shot, but again, looks like it's on point, but misses and keeps himself in the open for a little bit too long there. Are they going to plant this bomb in time? It looks like they just made it. With 2 seconds left to spare, they were able to get that thing on the ground. And now they sit in a 3v3 post plant. They have not given themselves a whole lot of room to squirm, though. This is the problem. Now Automatic's going to sneak up on top. They have no idea that he's up here right now. Goes in, gets the first kill, gets the second. Traded by coldzera. Now it becomes a 1v1. CZ versus Ump to decide the fate of this round. And coldzera didn't even see Skadoodle, but flicks so quickly onto his head and takes him down. And that secures that point for SK as they go up 15-2.
Dude, I'm telling you, half the skill of coldzera is his confidence alone. Just the way he peeks angles, like he's not even scared if someone might sneak up. He's going to just peek every angle. The confidence is such a strong part of this game. I can't stress it enough. Yeah. And if you're one of the best players in the world for a year, you're going to be up there.
Confidence, situational awareness, and obviously raw aim too. Be keys to being.
You got it all.
Yeah, pretty much. And well, they're going to get the entry kill to start the round off. Again, no surprise there. I'm pretty sure Tarek is one of the guys that was able to buy a scout this time too, so they lose that early on. I'm not 100% sure on that. I only saw the CT buy briefly. But Skadoodle still has his in check at the very least. Still starting 5v4 in a round like this. Certainly not looking good for Cloud9, as they now need to win 13 straight if they want to take this to OT.
It's not impossible, but it's
yeah.
unlikely.
I'm going to say that won't happen. I'll be a betting man. If I were a betting man, that's a result I would take. But we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I'm always a believer. It starts with one round.
I'm not.
You're not?
No. You gotta be a realist sometimes.
You're entitled to your own opinion, just like everyone else. Just don't tweet about it like everyone else.
Yeah, I'm not good at that either.
It's good.
Well, SK, look at them. They're even thinking economically on a round like this, where they may even lose it, just throwing guns away, making sure Cloud9 don't pick anything up, and the small chance that they upset here.
Rush is in the sandwich area trying to pick off Fur here, but Fur sees his feet. Oh no, Rush still takes out Fur. And now it's a 3-on-3 situation. Rush does pick the Ivy, and then he takes out Fallen with the AK. And now, this round looks doable for Cloud9.
We'll see though, because Phelps, he's going to lurk his way in through T-Con, looking for Rush. He's Got an easy kill there as he was already down pretty low. And the other two Ts are going to try to push in. Look at how heavily lit these guys are. They don't see Phelps up on top of the bomb train, though, but they do have to rush to get this plant going. And look, Stewie's so close. I don't even know if they're aware of this now. He's going to move out. He stops it. That could be the round ending right there. Stewie knows he can run, play this to the timer, but he doesn't even do that. Just wins out the 1v2 on his own and keeps Cloud9 in the match as they win their first round. Only 12 more to go.
I'm glad that Stewie won that round. Well, not because it keeps C9 into it, but this is going to give Stewie a little more confidence. And then he'll play better. He'll play better. He's a mind game. Stewie is a mind game.
He is a mind game?
He's a mind game. He needs to be happy and positive. That's how he plays.
Aren't those the same thing, kind of?
Nah, not really. Positive is just being positive.
Yeah, but what if you're like a happy negative person? Is that like,
You just have
it's not really a thing,
You just
right?
have a dry sense of humor, Blue.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's what it comes down to.
Well, Cloud9 are going to play a lot more aggressively here on this round as they do push forward and are able to find Furl. You'll note, obviously, the bit of a reduced buy. I think that was a double scout hit, too. Fallen and Phelps both taking a big chunk of damage at the same time. And it seems like Cloud9 controls this round very well. Fallen going to try to do at least a little bit of damage as he takes down automatic, but that'll be it. Cloud9 do secure number 4 there as SK just gets through this one. And they actually, no, they forced fully, it looks like, into that last round, so they're going to end up with not a whole lot of cash here. They will to full save.
Good old full save, $2,000. They should be getting like 2,400, I think, this next round. That'll allow you to get AK armor, possibly an AWP. I don't know, we'll see what SK decides to do. What's cooking up in Fallen's head, his little mastermind brain.
What is cooking up there?
You know what? Looks like it's going to be an inside take. They're going to try to just use a full pressure. They know that it's very common to stack 4 outside, or at least 1 Z. And so it usually isolates this inside person, which would be in case Stewie.
Well, SK.
Got distracted there, Blue.
yeah. SK are going to get ready.
There's a gas leak here in the studio. I wonder what it is.
As they hold the Vauxhall's position, Rush is going to respond with 1 pickup of his own. It does seem like it's very much Cloud9 here. Okay, never mind. Fallen again. Just never let them have that perfect round, it seems. He once again just claims 1 kill against Stewie before going down, and with a Glock as well. Cloud9 do get number 5, though. They're a third of the way there.
They're third.
Still a long way to go.
You got to believe, Blue. Everyone's got to believe. Where's the hype? I want to see the hype. If you give up on them, if you give up on them, they give up on you.
I mean,
that's how the world works.
It's like they got to get up to, if they get up to like 8 or 9 rounds, then I'll start believing in it. But
all right, we'll see, Blue. We'll see what happens. They got the double upside up though. Cloud9 going to go for those angle peaks, as you see. Almost. Oh, they were thinking about doing a double push Ivy, but they decided to fall back and go into more of a standard setup. The rest of SK is kind of lurking around in the brown halls. Fur doing his thing. He loves that position up close middle. He listens for E-Box, kind of calls out information, sneak out if necessary, work with the ladder guys.
Of course, Molly's going down in the ladder room too. Cloud has been playing very passive with regards to ladder room, though they've very much been trying to control the outside portion of it instead of actually putting the guy inside and having him defend from there. It's been working out okay so far, obviously. Rush finds that first kill from the green train and a follow-up smoke to block out ladder pressure. There are still going to be one player, or there is still going to be one player, excuse me, pushing out through the short lane there, and that'll be Taco, who trades the kill on Rush. So a small amount of control for SK. It's definitely not enough to justify the push from ladder room just yet, though. Taco has that spot, but he really can't do anything with it. So he eventually just has to fall back and kind of reroute over to E-Box. The Molly's going to force Phelps out, but it kind of unleashes the dragon there as he just swings out and takes down automatic. Going to be able to eliminate him. Leaves Cloud9 with only 3 players left alive. Tarek, Skadoodle, and Stewie. Maybe the ones to try and fight it up, keep Cloud9 in the match. Tarek a bit close to the kill. Skadoodle also close to taking his shot to find that frag, but not going to happen. Both will fall, and everything goes to Stewie now to clutch this out. They already know where he is, too. Trying to hit this up shot, but he can't find it. There we go. 3rd time's the charm. He'll fall back and look for a re-entry back over here by Z, but SK has already caught on to that. And jumping out, there's the surprise, as coldzera will take him down and end the match 16-5. A short attempt at a comeback there from Cloud9 towards the end of the map, but ultimately they fell so far behind in the first half of the 13-2 start. It was pretty much impossible for them to recover that. That's why you got to keep it real there, Eric. You know
what? They lost because you didn't believe, Blue.
Even in the scene for a few years, you know, NA fans, they get excited a little easily there. You gotta bring them, you gotta keep them down there.
Everyone has to believe. It has to be 100% belief from everybody.
From everybody.
Everybody.
We're supposed to be unbiased though, so. Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, it looks like our analysts are ready to break down this map, so let's send it over to them.
Hey, thanks, guys. Look, C9 goes down, I believe it's 9 rounds right off the get-go. I mean, what's attributed to that? I mean, we're looking at defaults. What are we really looking at here, guys?
I actually think C9's approach was pretty darn good. It was just a lot of really good individual plays by Fallen on the op outside. He was moving around. He's got great movement, as well as Fur just being like a constant in that ladder room, right? C9 didn't really find an entry kill onto Fur until, I think, round 13 at the ladder room, right?
Which is a bit weird to me because Tarek does that so well in the reverse. And I know we had some ladder clears on our old team, and they didn't really utilize them that well the way we did it, so maybe it was...
Perhaps they were frustrated from losing so closely on the pistol run, right? Because if they won that T-pistol, things would have been a whole different story.
You also kind of have to look at the fact that, I mean, Fur sitting 20-9 in the first half is really a telling point on its own. But when we look at Cloud9 that are on the back foot like that, I have to ask you guys, who really kind of brings it back together? Who's the one to say, okay, guys, let's slow it down, let's calm down, let's untilt?
That was what I was worried about in the beginning. So now that's kind of on Tarek a little bit, right? So Stewie is the X-in-game leader, but the leadership has always been a discussion, right, within the team. So I think in that situation, they all kind of know their strat book is new. So I think it's up to all of them to stay composed and keep trying to chip away. What I didn't see out of Cloud9, which I like to see, is just a more established map control type play. If you're not going to, you saw them try to take outside a couple times, but like you said, Fallens, you ran into the brick wall, the brick Brazilian wall. So outside that, they didn't really establish anything I'd like to see. The one round that I remember they actually looked loose was the round where Stewie went inner, Brown Holiday, Taco smoked himself out, Stewie goes down and gets a kill. That was kind of representative of the whole game. That's what they needed to do to win because their game plan seemed not kind of fully fleshed out.
Well, the man with the game plan over on the SK side of things would have to be Fallen, and we see his impact on this matchup. I believe we have round 8 loaded up for you guys.
Yeah, so this is a round when I think it just shows Fallen just completely on point today, right? Maybe it's a little lack of nuance in how C9 was trying to take Ivy there, like those peaks, right? Like you could add a little more of a wrinkle there.
You guys see a flashbang on the guy over there, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, like they double flash for the initial peak, but I mean, Fallen doesn't miss a shot, right? Like he's going to take down whatever you give him. It's kind of like when somebody's in a clutch and it seems like it was easy to clutch, right?
Well,
but that's what they gave to him right there.
Yeah, and I think that plays back into what I was saying. C9 needs to be able to get to default on that map. One of the strongest things for right before I left that we finally got into was being able to go slow. And versus a team like SK, where they're going to take things from you if you don't take them, they're going to take them back. Fallen just simply holding Ivy. They can't flash him back and trade the kill, or at least push him back. So.
I believe the word you used to describe this round was serendipity. We're going to take a look now at round 10, where it seems like it worked out for Fallen, but ultimately Cloud9 won the round.
Yeah, this is the first round Cloud9 won, and it's like the only round that SK push Ivy, which is idiosyncratic of their normal behavior, which is basically Ivy aggression all day, every round, right?
Yeah.
The only round he pushes Ivy is the only round that Cloud9 isn't watching it, so it allows SK basically to have 3 people inner earlier than usual. So even though they get 3 people inner, C9 still wins the round somehow.
You see Tim gets these 2 big kills.
Right, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because Cloud9 wins the round, but coldzera makes like, you know, the next level play of, right, I know if I kill at least 1 or 2 guys, their economy is going to be basically destroyed.
And it resets him. And I thought, to me, what was funny about this round is it just shows how the real only way C9 was going to get rounds with the way they were playing is, like just happened, Tim getting a big 2 kill on a train. You can't rely on that versus SK. They got outplayed strategically in the round, but they got the kills, and they can't rely on that to get more than 2 or 3 rounds. Maybe 5 if you get pistol, but you know, they're definitely going to need to work on their slow play for the rest of the tournament. Hopefully Tarek and Balance and all them come together. And
yeah, I think there's a lot to learn, right? Like probably learn how to take ladder room control if you don't have full utility.
Yeah, they know how to do that. I could see them getting 5 and 6 rounds this game with a slight change of the early happenings of the half, but they just kind of let it snowball and run away from them.
And that's sort of the diagnosis here is you guys are thinking to approach it in sort of that mentality.
Yeah, let's learn from it instead of become emo from it, right?
Yeah,
Like might as well use it as progress.
That's all they could do right now. That's how much time they've had on the table to work with. So
Right. Well, I mean, that does wrap up the SK Cloud9 bout. We do see a 16-5 scoreline there on Train in favor of SK. We're going to be getting into sort of the down and dirty matches from here on out. We're going to be seeing teams either advance or work their way back to the airport rather
back
quickly.
to the streets eating New York style pizza.
Yeah, I mean, the pizza up there is definitely
It's a fair
something to talk about.
compromise.
It's not bad. We're going to be going into Envious Navi next, and it's going to be our first best of 3 of the day. And guys, are we excited for this one?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, any team left that needs to basically fight for their life in this group is going to be disappointed if they lose, right? Everyone sees themselves as a contender.
Yep.
So.
Well, losing out here in the first day is ultimately not the big picture goal from any team, but we're going to be going into Navi and Envious when we come back in our first elimination match here at ESL One News.
That big double kill. Timmy.